All right. Hope you all still can see my screen. Okay, you can. Great. All right. So
Yes.
standing out with VBA Foundation. So course name is VBA Foundation और इसके अंदर हम VBA सीखेंगे. But before we jump to that, okay, when you heard phrase VBA, what exactly comes to your mind? And VBA is not a word, it's a phrase, but what comes to your mind? Online can also answer. Automation, okay. Same.
Excel automation.
Excel automation, macros, coding, right? So two things you have to remember. This batch is about programming. But if you don't have any experience in programming, that's completely fine. You don't actually need to know any kind of programming. Even if you're not done any programming or even if you're not from programming background, that is completely fine. You'll still be able to do it. Okay? So let's deep in. Uh, Please feel free to ask any question that you have at any time. Feel free to interrupt and ask any questions that you have. So what is VBA? Let me explain you a little bit about VBA. So VBA stands for Visual Basic for Application. It is designed and developed by Microsoft and works for all application suite. Now, application programs like your PowerPoint, Word, Outlook, Access, or the past applications like Visio was part of Office earlier, right? So all these applications supports VBA. However, our focus will be learning VBA through Excel only for VBA Foundation. Okay, it is built in Excel, so you don't need any additional requirement, right? You don't have to download any application. For example, let's say if you're learning SQL, you have to download one of the IDEs. If you're learning Python, you need to download PyCharm, Anaconda, whatnot, right? For this, you don't have to do any of it. You just need to have Excel and you're good to go. What can you do with VBA? You can automate any repetitive task that you're doing in Excel. And a lot of us do those repetitive tasks at one point of time, right? Could be daily report generation or any of it. Okay? It is an object oriented language and one of the easiest programming language to learn. Now, we'll learn what is object oriented language and I'm forgetting to switch languages. So हम लोग सीखेंगे कि object oriented language क्या होता है. हम लोग जैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे अपने syllabus में we'll learn what it is in details. But remember VBA is one of the most simplest language to learn and we're going to make the syllabus more simpler for you. Any questions so far on this from anyone, online or offline? No questions?
No.
All right, great. Okay, now before I go and jump into, tell you all why you should learn VBA, why don't you answer me? Why should we learn VBA? And what we'll do is we'll go round table. We'll go online first. We'll ask everyone why should we learn VBA. Then I'll come offline and I'll ask you all here in class why should we go and learn VBA. So Apurva, your name starts with A, so you're first, unfortunately.
I
All right.
no
So
worry. Okay.
why should we learn VBA? हमें VBA क्यों सीखना चाहिए?
So from a personal point of view, I am learning VBA for my career growth. Currently, I'm working in the company, but for growth in data, actually, I have learned the Oracle SQL also. So I need to learn VBA also to enhance my
Understood.
skills.
Okay, great thought. So enhance skills and grow in the career. Okay, Apurva.
Yeah.
निशांत, हम लोग
Uh,
VBA क्यों सीखना चाहिए?
Yes, I mean, very similar to what Apoor said. Again, my day-to-day job involves a lot of work which is based on an Excel sheet, and at times I feel that there are so many duplicate steps which happens day in day out.
Mhm.
So I think in order to streamline, उसको streamline करने के लिए, I think Visual Basic, I think is a great tool to learn.
Absolutely right, Nishant. Thank you. Uh, Prashanti, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes, exactly. My name is Prashanti Krishna and I am from Cochin.
Okay.
सो बेसिकली मैं VBA इसलिए सीखना चाहती हूँ ताकि जो हमारा मेन फोकस है, बहुत सारी रिपीटेटिव वर्क्स जो होते हैं हमारा बहुत सारा टाइम कंज्यूम करती है, तो वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू फोकस ऑन द मींस प्रोडक्टिव एरिया हमारा मिस हो जाता है. So for that, to improve my productive area, I don't want to focus on the repetitive tasks. So avoid that particular thing. I want to learn VBA.
Understood. Very well said. Thanks, Prasanti. Rahul?
Welcome.
Yeah, on my daily basis, I'm working in Excel and there are lots of reporting I have to do it. And obviously, the VBA is one of the, the helpful tool to, uh, prepare the Excel report very quickly and we can save our time. So
Okay.
that's why I want to learn VBA.
Okay. Excellent. Thanks, Rahul. Ravi?
Hi Rakesh. Same as everybody said, to reduce repetitive works and automate our daily tasks which are repetitive and make our life easy.
All right. Okay. Vivek?
Yep, I believe things are already answered. So to get rid of the repetitive task
Okay.
which we perform on daily basis, and yeah, to enhance our skills as well, as it will help in our career growth.
All right. Okay. Yamini?
Yes, so pretty much everything what everyone has covered, and
Mm-hmm.
also like since it's a very creative language, it helps us in getting things done faster. So everyone has already mentioned that it will enhance our skill sets. So same reason even I have.
Perfect. So online, everybody seems to be like saving time using automation and getting rid of manual stuff. So you have more bandwidth to learn something new or do something new, right? We'll go to people who are offline in the class now. Neha?
First, definitely enhancement of skill and to automate repetitive tasks. So in my current job profile, I'm doing manual. Some of the things are very manual and which is actually time consuming. So I can automate those things and so that I can focus on more bigger tasks.
Okay, excellent. Right, sorry I couldn't get chance to ask your name, but why don't you start with your name and then hmm okay, okay. hmm Right. Absolutely, absolutely. So I think all of you in union are saying that you want to save your time, do something better, and grow in your career. Let's see what I have documented. So I have documented around 10 reasons. First, jumpstart automation, because that's the biggest reason, right? All of you want to do it. Second is path for data science. Learning a coding language will always help you gain that logical and reasoning skill that is required in programming, right? While taking some examples in our coding, we do some of the fun examples also, like creating a chessboard or creating different kind of shape using for loops, right? Or some loop kind of things. So you learn those that will help you enhance your logical skill, which always help you learn further. Other thing is it's easy to learn. I mean, of course, it's easy to learn. That's why you should learn it. It has a wide application. So Excel is used across all industries, domain, everywhere. Like it has become a salt in food. So it is used everywhere. So of course it has a very wide application. It will help you reduce stat as all of you were saying and save some time so you can do something fun or something more interesting. It will help you increase accuracy. How many times if you keep doing similar work, repetitive work, mistake happens, right? That won't happen anymore because everything is automated. Uh, Save time and money, of course. Then help progress in career. This could be fundamentally the biggest thing for a lot of you here. And it will make you more employable, right? In the kind of situation we are currently, need to be having more than one skill to be employable, right? If you go to any job description, you'll see 10 things for a person with 1 year of experience, to be honest. So it is very difficult, and learning new skill will always help you with that. Okay, so these are the things I have documented, and a lot of things you said are actually aligned to what is generally being pursued. Any question? इस पे कोई सवाल है किसी को? कुछ समझ में नहीं आया? आकाश, आपने थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन किया है, but otherwise we are talking about why should we learn VBA.
Yes, sorry for attending late.
No problem at all.
Okay.
All right, so हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं, and हम अभी देखते हैं कि अभी क्यों सीखना है VBA. सो मुझे बताइए, आप में से कितने लोग यहाँ क्लासरूम में या जो ऑनलाइन मुझे सुन रहे हैं, आप में से कितने लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कल रात को कि VBA सीखना है और आज सुबह क्लास में आ गए? कितने लोगों ने 2 महीने पहले सोचा था? कितने लोगों ने 6 महीने पहले सोचा था? कितने लोगों ने 1 साल पहले सोचा था? और कितने लोगों ने उससे पहले सोचा था, 1 साल से भी पहले, कि मुझे VBA सीखना है? 1 month before? 1 or 2 months before? 2 months before, okay. Online
1 month before.
1 month
1 month
before.
before.
All right. Anybody else? आप लोगों ने कभी सोचा था?
Um,
Yes, Prashanti.
Yes, I decided to learn VBA almost 2-3 years back when I jumped my career more into means Excel.
Okay.
Started working in Excel. When I found that this particular application, this particular programming language is a better tool by which not only Excel but many other means
Applications.
ERP systems can also be
Correct.
means
Any applications.
automated.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, Prashanti, thanks a lot for being very
Yes.
honest. I'll tell you, most of the people here are saying 1 month or 2 months. See, Nishant is saying almost 2 year, 1 year. We would have thought about learning VBA, I would say, like ages back. You didn't start it, right? So there's no better time to start it now. But still, why you should learn now? And I'm going to answer in some ways that why it is urgent. 50% of tasks you do will be automated by 2025. You need to be one who is automating it, and not the person who is work getting automated and then they are bye bye, right? You don't want to be one of those people. And why I'm saying is there are a couple of surveys done. There's a company called BMC. They have a vision called ADE, Autonomous Digital Enterprise 2025. One of their core area is automation everywhere, right? There are many companies like that. You have seen growth of RPA and a lot of other things, right? So a lot of tasks that you do at the moment will be automated. And I don't know, I'm not talking about chat GPT yet, so don't worry about it. Okay. There is a huge increase in demand for data analysts and data scientists, right? We live in a world where data is exploding. Everything we do creates some data, and that results into requirement of analysis. Just give me a second. Ravi, I'm going to put you on mute, okay?
Oh, sorry.
No problem. All right. So data scientists and data analysts are always in demand. If you still go, like at the moment, we are going into what they are now calling slow depression, or what is the term there is, I don't know. But market has been slowed down, right? A lot of things are happening. But if you still go to LinkedIn, Naukri, you'll find more jobs are being posted for data analysts and data scientists. They are not coming down. The other reason is risk of lagging behind. Now, some of you said online, like Prashanti said that she wanted to learn it 2 years back. Prashanti, with you, some of the colleagues who wanted to do it then, probably they have already completed. And probably now you look at them and see, यार ये either boss का
No,
चमचा
actually,
है या बहुत
whenever
काम कर
I
रहा है.
am stuck, yes,
Yeah.
no. Whenever I am stuck at some location while doing I have tried many times searching online how to basically do the programming language VBA.
Mhm.
So sometimes I get stuck. And I found out that without learning the basics, I won't be able to do it myself.
That
So
is
why
true.
don't give it a try? Why don't rely on someone else?
That is true.
So that's why. That's the main reason.
Yeah, I started learning VBA around, I don't know, 12, not 12, around 18 years back from the time I started working. And the reason I did is I had a colleague who knew VBA very well but wasn't helpful. He was like, मुझे भेज दो, मैं करके देता हूँ, आप टेंशन मत लो. Like, टीच मी यार कैसे कर रहा है, नहीं आप मुझे भेज दो, मैं करके दे दूंगा। ऐसे कलीग्स है किसी के? है?
That problem lies in every industry.
Okay, मेरे भी थे। So you need to be the one who become that colleague, but don't be like them. Please spread the word. Please teach them too. All right, one more. You need to take step towards your dream job. A lot of you want to get into data science, next level, promotion, better salary, whatnot. This will definitely help you. I'm not saying this is guaranteed to help you. It's up to you, right? I'll teach you how to use weapon. You need to see where you need to implement it, right? You learn the skill, but you'll still need to think about where implementing it, because application is vast. Okay, and based on what you said, why you're learning VBA, most of you know that you're doing manual work. तो आप लोगों को पता है कि कहाँ implement करना है इसे, है ना? Okay, थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते हैं and we'll talk about why learn at FCKS, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about institute, why learn at FCKS. So FCKS stand for Achieving Freedom by Creativity and Knowledge Sharing. So it's an institute that focuses on sharing knowledge. Okay, our focus is not to train people, but to help them learn our knowledge that we have gained. And that's what we do here. Our job is not here to close the course in the given time. We actually make sure that you're learning everything, right? Usually the course is around 3.5 to 4 months, but I have seen if people are not able to understand in specific batch. I had a batch that went like 6 months. Okay, for example, there was a batch on the same time which ended last week. It was around 6 months batch. It was for Excel, but from 4 months it's extended to 6 months because people were still trying to learn, and that's okay. We are not going to go and say, okay, our timeline is just this much and we're going to shut down. No, we'll make sure that you understand everything, because we value your dreams and your goals, because we had similar goals, right? And FCK is one of the institute that helped me when I had that goal. uh, VBA is a technology, right? And I talked about how many technologies I've worked on. Can anybody here guess in what stream I have completed my graduation? Not really. Commerce. I am a commerce graduate, right? So it becomes very difficult for a commerce
Oh, so can you
graduate.
repeat the question?
So my question was, I was asking here, student in the class, that I'm the one training everybody on technology. I told everyone at the beginning that I manage a team that is analytics and automation, so technology. What is my graduation? In which field I have completed my studies? And the answer is commerce. I'm a commerce student. So what I'm trying to say here is FCK has helped me to get into technology, to be honest. And I'm here to repeat the same for you all. So you don't have to worry about what field you belong to. Okay. Our trainers, including myself, are industry experts. We are currently working in industry. I actually manage a team who does similar thing that I do, right? What you're going to learn here. Uh, all the examples that you learn here will be created based on our experience, and they're not academic at all. Okay, so you can actually pick up and push them into your office and they will work as it is. And we use the most simplified method to help you understand everything, right? You will see it when we start teaching from the next to next week, but everything you learn will be very, very simple. So as I said, even if you don't have background into technology or programming or anything, you'll still be able to learn it. The other thing is our courses are designed, again, I'm repeating myself, but our courses are designed not only thinking IT, science, or engineering people in mind. And here's a fun fact, even if you are engineering background student, you may not be in touch with technology at the moment. You might be just doing manual tasks, and that's okay. This will help you as well. Because if I start assuming that you're a science or IT student, I'll probably level it up and start from some different level, but that's not the case. We start from very, very basic. Okay? And we have some other things that we can offer you, like job forum, query solving group, and we provide lifetime support to this group. So what happens when you learn foundation batch, we keep changing our example, we keep adding new and new things, and you'll keep receiving it furthermore throughout the time uh, on your email, all the notes you will receive. Any question on this?
No.
Okay, I'll just elaborate a little bit more on job forums. Now, this institute is almost 10 years old. So we have a lot of student like myself, right, who has learned here, went to different companies, had a good career growth. So we have a job forum. A lot of those students are there. Their companies have opening and they post those job openings there. Okay, so it's more of a, a community managed group rather than FCKS managed group. It is on Telegram and you can join it. And the query solving group is where our faculties are there. You can post query, and this is during the class. You can of course come to me. After the class, let's say we are not in touch, you can post it into that group, and some of the faculty member will solve it for you. They will call you if it is not something that can solve on the chat. They'll call you and they'll actually do video recording. You can go to our FCKS Technologies channel on YouTube and you can see how those queries being solved for some other students. All right, moving a bit ahead, a little bit more. Okay, I'm not bragging about FCKS. Everything here is true. All right. As I said, research-based curriculum designed for your industry. So everything that you can see, you can actually pick up and put it action at your work. So just lift and shift to your work environment. The session will be interactive and designed for working professional with busy or hectic schedule. What do I mean by that? Basically, I'm saying कि most of the students that we get are working professional. उनका कहीं ना कुछ work चालू रहता है. And all of our lives has become, I would say, 80% work and 20% personal or training or anything, right? So the courses are designed in such a way that you'll not have to spend even a minute at home to learn anything. You'll be able to give just focus in the class. How it will happen is simply we'll show you how to do something and then we'll give you ample time to try it on your own within the class. So you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to open your notes and try it. Only thing you have to do is try and implement at work. That's it. All right. So you remember it. Otherwise, काफी स्टूडेंट होते हैं जो सीख लेते हैं देन लाइक सर 6 महीने हो गए मैं थोड़ा भूल गया हूँ सर 1 साल हो गया मैं भूल गया हूँ बट अनलेस आप इम्प्लीमेंट करोगे आपको याद नहीं रहेगा ओके all right, so those are some of the advantages with FCKS. Some of the next step. So the class timing is 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday only. So it's only 1 day class, 3 hours. That's the minimum expectation from you to make you a VBA expert. Uh, okay, so let's talk about some of the next step. First, you need to complete the registration. There's a nominal fee of 9,000. If you pay one time, you'll be able to get some more discount. If you want to pay in installment, you can pay it into 2 installment. I have added the payment methods on this screen. You can take a snapshot if you want. Once you complete your registration, you need to attend the class. Okay, you need to make sure that you attend the class between 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for approximately 4 months. Okay, learn up to 150 examples and ask question and keep it interactive. So this is the only expectation from you. Okay, to be attentive in the class. That's it. Then you need to prepare for a free examination. If you pass it, you'll get a certification. If you don't pass, you'll anyways get a completion letter that you have completed the course. However, we have not seen anybody who is failing the examination. I have usually seen people clear it. You will definitely receive links to join query support and job forum groups. You can learn through new example that will come to your email addresses. You can reach out to me if you need any career guidance or support, right? You can always reach out to me and I'll be glad to help you. Once you get certified, go ahead and show the certification. Certificate is valued, as I said, that it's 10 years old institute and we have a lot of students across. A lot of them has reached to good heights. So it is always helpful if you use your certification, start implementing what you learn, start applying for your dream job, and of course, keep learning because once this is ending, you're going to have another dream to learn something new, right? So these are some of the next steps. Any question on any of these from anyone? Earlier it was Saturday, Sunday, but 2 hours batches. So we made it 3 hours and make it only Sunday.
Yeah, do we get the study material?
The time is not changeable. Sorry?
Yeah, do we get the study material
Yes,
in this
so
course?
what will happen is we'll cover examples in the classroom, and once we cover those examples, you will receive some of these things, like for example this one. You will receive these files. These files talk about how to do something with the code, the data, and the implementation. So you'll have all of these things. You will actually try these example on your own, so you'll remember what you have done as well. So you'll receive these as notes. We don't focus on sending you a long PDF that you'll never read. There's no theory. There's only first day we'll talk about what is VBA object and everything. But as we learn practically, we'll understand them. We don't focus on any kind of theory. So there will be no PDF. Okay, if you're thinking about PDF, there will be no PDF. You'll receive practical notes. Make
Yeah,
sense?
I'm expecting actually the practical, the notes like
Correct.
Excel sheets. Correct.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay. Any other question?
Also, would the trainings be recorded, and would those be available to us if those are getting recorded?
Okay. So there's two question into your question actually. So the question that was
Yep.
asked online is, will the session recorded, and why you need recording? If you miss some of the classes, what will happen?
Yep. Yep.
So if you miss one of the class, what happens is we have 3 hours. First 30 minutes or 45 minutes is spent on revision. Okay, so everything you learn or missed will be revised. So you'll remember if you miss one of the classes. So that should not be an issue. Let's say if you miss continuous 1 or 3 or 5 classes, right? If you miss 5 classes, that's very bad to be honest. But if you miss, let's say 3, 4 classes, what you can do is in the next batch, you can cover those things by attending the next class itself. All right. There will be no fees for it. You can just commence it or join online. Any of those things you can do. Uh, about recording, we don't record. When we started after COVID going online and we recorded session, what we noticed is students' attendance started falling. They were relying more on recording, which they are not going through. So they thought recording हो गया मैं देख लूँगा आज क्रिकेट खेलने चल जाता हूँ कल देख लूँगा आज मैच है परसों देख लूँगा so students attendance were getting less and neither they were looking at the recording, so experience was bad for them. The reason experience was bad is when you learn VBA, the worst thing you can do is try to implement or tell somebody, "Hey, I learned VBA, but मुझे कुछ आता नहीं है, क्योंकि मैंने recording नहीं देखे है या मैं class attend नहीं कर पाया," right? So we don't really want that to happen. That's why there will be no recording. Need to attend the class. There is no shortcut into that. Any
Cool.
other
Cool. Yep.
question?
Thank you.
No problem. Any other question? No? Okay. All right. So let's do one thing. What we'll do is we'll try to see VBA in action. So I'll show you some of the things that you can do with VBA, and the things that I'm going to show, you'll be able to do it at the end of the class by yourself, right? Um, so let me go in here. This is a demo file that I have created, right? So some of the things that you do at the moment, for example, let's say I have some data here, and you'll be able to create this ribbon like this, and let's say you want to get name out of it. So all you need to do is you just need to go ahead and click here. This button you will create. Okay, it is not automatically downloaded or part of Excel. You will create it on your own. So we'll go here, we'll click on convert to name and say have you selected data. This message box you have designed, it is not in built-in action, Excel. You can write anything you want. You can say hey bro instead of have you selected. You can say hey bro, is data selected. You can write that. That's okay, right? If I press yes, then this box that you see is again designed by you. It is not going to be come automatically. You need to see the code for it. So what is our domain? Our domain is yahoo.in, correct? Sorry, not in com. Okay. What is the separator we have? We have underscore. So click OK, and you'll get data converted, and you'll be able to extract name. You can extract domain with it. You can extract any text out of anything. So a lot of things you can do out of it, right? This one was specific to creating names out of email. Let's say you want to create email out of name, right? I just thought to add it because name extracted, so email भी बना के देख लेते हैं. So is the data selected? यस डोमेन क्या चाहिए अभी लेट्स से हमें चाहिए gmail.com ओके ऑलराइट और सेपरेटर अभी हम डाल देंगे लेट्स से डैश डाल देते हैं ठीक है विल डू ओके सो ये ईमेल बन के आपके पास में आ जाएंगी राइट प्रीटी क्विक द बिगेस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग अबाउट इट in this code you will learn how to create interactive applications like this राइट जो अभी आपने देखा क्लिक करने पे एप्लीकेशन ने आपने पूछा राइट कि आपने डेटा क्रिएट किया है क्या फिर पूछा सेपरेटर क्या है फिर पूछा डोमेन क्या है एंड यू हैव अ विजुअल इंटरफेस that you'll able to check right there could be some simple things right for example let's say I want to every day I download data I have to convert it so let's say this is the uh, shipment size or weight which I have to convert into kgs. There's a button, just add it and it will get converted to kg. If you don't want kg, just click here, it will be removed, right? These kind of small things is what you need to automate, right? Is something that you thought that I need to automate. And let's say you want to do something bigger. Right? Let's see what we can do bigger, right? I have some data here. There are not more, just 438 rows. There's name, product, sales, and region. What I want to do is, I want to extract this data into different file by let's say region and salesperson. Okay? By region and salesperson, I want to extract it, put it into separate files. If you do it manually, how will you do it? Filter लगाओगे फिर यहाँ पे let's say अलेक्जेंड्रिया को सिलेक्ट कर लिया और फिर यहाँ पे उनका पहले ईस्ट सिलेक्ट किया फिर नॉर्थ सिलेक्ट किया कॉपी करोगे डेटा नया वर्कबुक खोलोगे उसमें पेस्ट करोगे उसको सेव करोगे
we can do pivot for that also, no?
यू कैन डू पिवट बट पिवट में आपको समरी आएगा अपने को डेटा चाहिए है ना और सोर्स वही रहेगा है ना फिर आपको डबल क्लिक करना पड़ेगा स्टिल फॉर वन फाइल हाउ मच टाइम विल टेक अप्रोक्सीमेटली एनी जजमेंट्स कितना टाइम लगेगा एनी आइडिया एक फाइल क्रिएट करने के लिए
Mm,
एक फाइल के लिए
More than
5 minutes
5 or 7
let's
minutes.
consider 1 minute at least 1 minute if you're like super
5 to 10
expert
minutes.
your keyboard is unbreakable and you're trying all the shortcuts that you know in excel right so not 5 to 10 minutes 1 मिनट पकड़ते हैं हम सिर्फ 1 मिनट पकड़ते हैं ठीक है सो मैं यहाँ न्यू जाऊँगा बिकॉज दैट इज वॉट योर मैनेजर विल हैव एक्सपेक्टेशन नो 1 मिनट में करके दे दो भैया रहेगा ना ओके so what we'll do is we'll save this split file into this folder demo split okay I'm going to save it here the folder I just created is empty there's no hidden magic into it so I'll go to add-ins here and I'm going to say split okay it is asking again interactive you can create it right there are 4 columns in selected file please input the number of columns you want to use as splitting criteria so I want 2 right okay so please select the name of column that you will like to use as a splitting criteria from the newly added drop down okay what drop down okay see new 2 drop downs are added this is not automatic you will see how to code it again so name and region I'll say split and create files so I'll click on it it will ask me where you want to save it I'm just gonna add folder name here and say okay so now I'll just go to the folder here and the files are getting created we'll see how many files are getting created I don't know how many will be so at the moment if you see this corner here you can see there are 20 items I think that's all there were 20 files created see 20 files created and saved on desktop demo split file now if I go here the file started at first file was created at 1547 15:47 पे और इसको हाइड करता हूँ मैं लास्ट फाइल वाज आल्सो क्रिएटेड एट 1547 so within a minute you created 20 files so if nothing you save 19 minutes right now let's say if data is huge so I'm going to delete these and what we'll do is I don't have big data at the moment or large data I'm just going to close this and try to replicate the same data so मैं इसको copy करूँगा और यहाँ पे paste कर दूँगा okay अभी भी ज़्यादा रोज तो नहीं है बट स्टिल गुड नंबर ऑफ रोज राइट और नाउ विल स्प्लिट इट अगेन बट दिस टाइम आई स्प्लिट इट बाय सेल सेल्स नेम एंड रीजन It should create actually a unique combination for us. So let's see. So I'll go here, split. I'll say I need 3 columns now. I don't know how many files will come up. I have not tried this before. So name, cells, and let's say I'll do the product instead of region, right? Name, cells, product. Or I can do like product here and then cells here. Sequence doesn't matter into this, right? Then I'll click on split and create files. And here demo split file. We're going to put them here. Now clicked OK. Let's go and see how many files getting created. So far 7, 9, 10, 11, 10, 13. Okay, it's faster than I speak, but yeah, files are getting created. 25, 30. Okay, it's 50. 60. Okay, this is more than I expected. 76, 80, 90, 100. Okay, more files getting created because all those combinations are very unique. That's why more and more files are getting created. I'm not going to interrupt the code. I'll let it run. See, at the moment, I guess it's 2 minutes from the time we have started. And 150 files are almost created. More than that. We'll see how many gets created. All of these files have unique data. The title you see, for example, if you could read this, Hrithik Roshan with desktop and 16 of a cell, Lata Mangeshkar and whatever, right? Only those or related records are in file, nothing else. Okay, I wasn't expecting so many unique combinations. But there are combinations, so many unique combinations. That's why we have these. So 200 crossed. How much time you would have taken to create 200 files? A day? Less? Less? More? Week? Even if you consider minute, there are 240 minutes, which is 4 hours so far. Actually more than that now, but think about it, how much time it can save. And even if data gets larger, probably एक के जगह 1 मिनट में हो रहा था ना 2 मिनट ले लेगा, 5 मिनट भी ले ले, फिर भी 2 घंटे से ज़्यादा है ना, time saving. So this is what you'll be able to learn. Okay. All right, 300 crossed. That's just too much now, to be honest. I wasn't expecting these many. It has been running for almost 2 minutes. But here is a fun fact, right? I'm going to sort it by name. None of the name you'll see repeated. दिख रहा है कोई? I'll scroll. Anything do you see repeated? Product will change from desktop we went to mobile. The numbers are coming back. There are 350 plus files are created. But everything is unique. That's the fun. That's the accuracy. How many mistakes you would have done while creating this 400, close to 400 files? Give me a number. Just online. आप लोग बताइए कितने एरर हुए रहते हैं 400 फाइल क्रिएट करने के लिए? 400 नहीं 381 हमारा कोड रुक गया है. So we'll go here. 381 files created. Okay, thank you very much. So all of them are unique. I can open one, let's say Sachin Tendulkar laptop 87. It will show you that 4 lines, okay, where the cell is 87 and product is laptop. I can open any file of it and it will be as unique as this. So from Sachin we come to Sanjay Dutt. It also has 4 lines, but completely different, right? Name is Sanjay Dutt, product is different, cells is different, region is different, right? So let's see how much time we took to create this 381 files. So starting at, so it's I think it's started at 1549 and ended at 1552. So 3 minutes approximately. We took 3 minutes to create 381 files. Now, question for you. How much time you think you could have taken?
I would rather say to my boss, if my boss asks, say you could hire someone to do this job.
You would have hired a contractor for a month to do it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Anybody else? Somebody who is super with Excel? Somebody who suggested me pivot table? Was that? Rahul, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, at least 1 week minimum.
All right. Probably to write this code, you will need, let's say, 6 or 7 hours, probably, when you're learning. If you're not learning, probably you'll do it in 2 to 3 hours. Even if you subtract those 3 hours, 4 hours that you spend to create that automation, every time you run, you're actually saving the time. First time you run, you saved a week. Second time you run, saved another week, right? And do you know where this example is coming from? This is example or the question they asked into Vodafone interview. How will you create it? Right? This is how you will create it. Uh, if we sell it as a FCKS, if we sell it as a product, I'm sure probably you'll pay half of the fees only for this. Because if your work is to split file and send it across, half of your time, at least 90% of your time is being saved out of this, right? Think about it. All right, so these are the demo I wanted to show you at the moment. I'll go back to the PPT and we'll come to the next part here and see if you have any question. I'll screen this screen so you understand what you need to do next. But any question? So far, everything we covered. Any question? No? Okay. No questions? Online, any questions?
No.
Nope.
No questions? All right. So I can end demo here. That's all I wanted to show you. You understand how batch is going to run, how you're going to receive the notes, when is the start, when batch is going to start. Okay, I've not written it here, but batch will start from 19. So after demo, we give 1 week extra for people to make sure that they are able to register. Okay. One more thing I'll do is I'll just share my mobile number here with you. So my mobile number is 800-7377-88. If you have more question on the syllabus, you can ask me. Okay, you can reach out to me and you can ask me. All right.
Rakesh,
Yes, Rahul.
Rakesh, you are going to take training or some other person?
No, I'll be the trainer, Rahul.
Okay, thanks, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Hello, Rakesh.
Yes, Ravi.
Can you please explain what will be in the foundation batch and what is the next step? Means expert.
Sure, sure.
Well,
So in foundation batch, you'll work mostly with Excel, or to be honest, all with Excel. Think about it this way. VBA is a language, right? So consider it as a basic of learning language. You learn the grammar of language. That is basically in programming language is called syntax. You learn how to use the language, where to use the language. And all of these will be practical based. So you learn a lot of example. The focus will be on Excel. Uh, you will learn how to create forms. You learn how to automate daily tasks. You learn how to split file like I have shown you. You'll learn how to interact with multiple Excel files at a time. You will learn how to write UDF or user defined function. Let me show you if I have one UDF here. Let's say okay, I don't have a UDF at the moment in this example. Okay, so UDF is user defined function. As you do VLOOKUP in this here, right? You will be able to create formulas like this. So you learn how to create those formulas, right? Not everything requires you to click a button and automatically things should come, right? If you create it using formula, you don't even have to click a button. It will auto calculate every time, right? So you learn that. You will learn a lot more things around functions. So think about this way, right? There could be some of the things that you'll need to use repetitively. Those are called functions. So we'll create those functions. So those are the basic things you will learn. At the next level, you will learn interacting with other application. You will learn building class modules. Class modules is when you create your own object, something that doesn't exist in Excel. You learn bit of it here. For example, collection is something you learn here, but much more you learn into advanced VBA. That is the next course. Ravi, does that helps?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good question. Any other question, anyone?
Um, what is the minimum Excel requirement one needs to have in their PC?
Okay, so what is the minimum requirement you should have? Like you're talking about technical configuration, right?
I mean, for example, I have to be very honest, I currently my system has a Excel 2007. So will is it
Anything above Excel 2003 is good enough.
okay? Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Okay. Anything above Excel 2003 is good enough.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. And Excel is the only thing you'll need. And you don't need to be expert in Excel. You just need to know how to open it. Need to understand basic formulas like VLOOKUP, if, those those formulas only. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other question, anyone?
Hey Rakesh,
Yeah.
if we want to learn Python, so will this macro, I mean VBA programming would set up as a base for us, or is it all
It
together a
is
different thing?
different, but what you will learn out of it is the programming learning language, right?
Hmm.
Python works differently than Excel. The
Yep,
biggest
yep.
benefit of VBA, you can call everything by name. You can say, I want to color range A1. So Excel knows you're talking about cell A1. Python can't do that, right? So this
Mm-hmm.
will help you build those logic, which will make it easier for you to learn Python later.
Okay, okay,
Okay. So
cool.
the
Thank
question
you.
was, will it help in learning Python in any way?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I'm just repeating it for people who can't hear you because I'm wearing headphone today. Usually I keep it on speaker. Okay. Any other question, anyone?
Yes, I do have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, fine. First thing is, I am just now starting the VBA basics.
Hmm.
I also wanted to learn Power BI,
Hmm.
and yes, so I wanted to know your suggestion that whether I should finish this particular class of VBA foundation and then join, and after completing the advanced level, then join Power BI, or can I take simultaneously both the classes?
Okay. Prashanti, you're working, right?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
am.
I'm going to repeat your question for the student who are offline. So Prashanti has asked, she want to do VBA, plus she also want to do Power BI, right? And the
Yes,
question is it advisable to do it together?
yes.
And if you're working, no. The
All right.
reason is you'll not get bandwidth. You never know when your workload in office will go crazy.
That's
It
true.
will make your work-life balance, and now you'll have learning life also to balance with it a little bit difficult. And that's why we don't have classes on both the weekends. We only have it on Sunday because we don't want to burden. You're already burden work life with another thing, right? And
Okay.
I'm sure all of you will agree that workloads has been gone quite up in recent past few years for all of us, right?
After Corona, it has gone
After
up.
Corona, it has gone
Yes.
crazy up, right? So I'll not advise anyone to try and do two things simultaneously. Focus on one thing, be expert, and then start the next one. Unless if you are very much confident that you can manage two things, it's up to you. But
All
in my
right. Okay.
opinion, I wouldn't recommend it. But good
Thank
question,
you.
Prashanti. I'm sure a lot of
Thank you.
people have that on mind. Maybe they didn't
Yes.
ask, but it was a
Yes.
good question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question, anyone?
Oh, let's say in an ideal situation, if everything goes fine, I mean, if all the students are able to follow and if they are able to learn as to what you're teaching, in an ideal situation, how much time would this course take to complete? I mean, in how many months?
Something between 3 to 4 months. So, question Nishant asked is If everything is fine, all of us are able to understand and able to cope up with the speed of learning and able to do it well, there are no holidays in between. We have holy holidays, probably, I don't know, 8. So probably we'll not have those holiday. So if we don't have holiday, how soon we can complete this? Minimum 3, maximum 4 months will be there. It can go beyond 4 months, but it will not end before 3 months. I'm going to capture you all for 3 months and I'm going to make sure you all learn, Nishant. I can't end it before that.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question, anyone? There are 4. Okay, so VBA foundation, you learn the basic of language, right? You start automating and understanding the basic workload. Second, advanced VBA, you learn advanced stuff like creating class module, creating your own object, connecting with different kind of application. Then there are 2 separate modules. You can choose between it, right? You can choose OLE automation. So basically connecting your VBA with multiple different application using OLE, or you can go with the VBA and Access combination where you connect it with Access with VBA and learn how to manipulate SQL language in Access using VBA, how to create objects in Access using VBA. So that's why it's different. However, if you learn first and second, I think you are well set unless you want to do specialization. So 2 core and 2 specialization. That's why 4 are there. This is this is the first one. Advanced is separate. Advanced is 6 months. No, you're going to learn advanced procedure to automate the things. Advanced VBA is a batch name. It's completely different course, yeah, in which you focus on class methods and a lot of advanced stuff, which includes uh, data structure and algorithm. If you have heard about it, right? So I don't want to go into that. That's the creepiest part of programming, but that thing you will learn. So you'll learn how to make your programming even faster by reducing time complexity and space complexity. But we don't have to worry about that in VBA Foundation because our focus is to automate Excel. Okay, so there are 2 levels plus 2 specializations. The VBA advanced VBA class is 6 months, and I'm not sure about other 2 classes because I've not seen a lot of batches around it. So we'll see. But good question. So think about it this way. Let's say you learn language, okay, English. जब आपने English सीखा first से fifth, you're able to construct some sentences, but you're able to speak. Let's say if you stop learning English as standard 5, क्या हो रहा था? But you started practicing, what would have happened? Still would have been able to speak, right? You still able to have to learn. Probably you'll not be able to create poems with the heavy words. Probably you'll not be able to write big essays, but you'll still be able to communicate. This is what is going to help you with. VBA Foundation is going to help you understand the language. Next time you see any VBA code, you'll be able to understand कि क्या कर रहा है ये code, right? You'll be able to modify it. You'll be able to write anything on it. You'll be able to explain it to somebody. All those things you'll be able to do after learning this foundation. Okay? Then advanced will actually teach you how to write poems and essays. Okay? Good question. Any other question? Okay. Online, any other question? Last call. All right. So I'm going to stop recording.